Welcome to the remix. D1 Insuperable. Let's go.
La mano arriba, cintura sola, da media vuelta, danza con duro, no te canses ahora, que tú solo empieza, mueve la cabeza, danza con duro, la mano arriba, cintura sola, da media vuelta, danza con duro, no te canses ahora, que tú solo empieza, mueve la cabeza, danza con duro. ¿Quién puede domar la fuerza del mar que se mete por tu vena? Lo caliente del sol que se te metió y no te deja quieta, nena. ¿Quién puede parar eso que al bailar descontrola tus caderas? Y ese fuego que quema por dentro y lento te convierte en piedra. Con la mano arriba, cintura sola, da media vuelta y sacude duro. No te quites ahora, que esto solo empieza. Mueve la cabeza y sacude duro. Balanza una locura, morena bella a mi lado. Que vaya esperado, quiero ver ese futuro. Balanza una locura, morena bella a mi lado. Que vaya esperado. Hoy, 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 hoy. Es para quebrar con duro, vamos a danzar con duro. Hoy, 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 hoy.
Hola, Xavi.
Hola.
Your team were desperate for a win. You managed to get so, but maybe not in the best way against the bottom team.
Yes, not in the fully agree, because in the first half we didn't play well, we didn't have intensity, rhythm. It's not the Barca that I want. So the second half was totally different, with intensity, with rhythm, with aggressivity, with the second ball. We won many duels, so second half, yes. Second half is the phase that we want to show to everybody. So happy for the second half, not for the first half.
This thing that you mentioned, that the team in the second halves lately is much better, it's happening. Do you have an explanation to that the team changes or is not able to play fully concentrated in the first half?
Well, I think because of the last results, no? We played for too much tension, with too much tension. I think, no? It affected to us too much, I think. So the second half was the way that we played, that we showed to the opponent. Yes, I liked the team very much in the second half. So this is the way. It's a very big, important victory, and we need to keep going.
There were whistles, especially in the first half. Are you worried about this in your stadium?
No, it's normal. It's the supporters, but in my opinion, the second half is the supporters that we need. Everybody show respect for Oriol Romeo, for Iñaki, for Sergi Roberto, for everybody. And when we show our best face, so supporters are with us.
It's nice, I guess, the way that the guy from La Masia who fought the most managed to get that victory eventually, Sergio Roberto.
Yes, he's an example. He's an example. Very happy for him because he's the captain. He always helped the team a lot, playing, not playing, but today make the difference for the team. I'm really happy for him.
Just one last question now. I guess a difficult trip to Dallas just before Christmas is what you have to do with the situation. I guess it's not the best for you for preparation. And how do you think about the next year?
Well, I think everybody's ready to travel to Dallas to play against America. Everybody will have some minutes. We need to rest some players, but yes, we will try to show the best face for the team and for the supporters there in Dallas. And for the next year, I expect titles, trophies, like the last year, like this year, 23. I expect in 24 that we will win titles.
Yes, guys, not what we expected. We were expecting a good Barcelona, a Barcelona with determination to win it big, to live this first part of the season and go and regroup and get back with maybe another dynamic, but definitely not what we saw. During the first 45 minutes, a bit better in the second half, but I think not because of Barcelona, it's because Almeria put everything on the first 45 and it ran out of steam in the last part. It's true. that it was more creative, they created more chances, but the end product is kind of the same that we've seen so far for the first part of the season. A very plain Barcelona, frustrated at moments, very vulnerable, very shaky at the back, giving opportunities to Almeria until the last minute where we saw Iñaki Peña saving that ball on the line. But well, 3 points. I think that Xavi must be relieved to get those 3 points and then go back, regroup, take the chat with the lads, and let's see if they can manage to change this dynamic, because definitely they need to change so many things. They need to improve so many things, and I'm not sure if in this period of 2 weeks it's going to be enough to see a different face of Barcelona.
There's nothing I've seen for the bulk of this season that suggests there's any run coming of any note. Almeria, we talked about them. I mean, fair play to them. They are scrapping and fighting. They've got 5 draws this season. They've not won a game. They're away from home. They're bottom of the league. They will be relegated. And 2 set pieces out is what did them.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, they've not been. Look, Barca created some chances. They've not been taken to the cleaners. There is way more questions about this Barcelona team than there are answers. Way more. And I hasten to add, it might not just be about losing the title for Xavi, but how he loses it. Mm-hmm. And that could be his downfall. If they don't improve drastically in all areas, it'll be, I think, curtains for him. Because that's how poor it's been. The way they were celebrating the winning goal, looked, if you just flicked it on, you'd have said they're playing a team in the top 4. They're playing a rival. The way they celebrated, not for 1 second before this game did I think this was even going to be a contest. Mm-hmm. It should not have been a contest. Maybe Almeria away. Maybe I'll give you a slight, it should have been a contest away from home. But not at home, and it was. That's how poor they are at the moment.
And Sergio Roberto shouldn't have even been playing, Luis.
Yeah, it's true that the needs of this team in the middle of the park made Sergio Roberto the captain, one of the most experienced players, to show. And I think that they've done a fantastic job. Not being, I think the last time they was involved it was on the 8th of October, I think it was. So it's been quite a long time. And today, 90 minutes, he will look sharp. He's a player who knows exactly what he's doing when he's in the middle of the park, the runs, the understanding, the tempo on the game. It was fantastic. The first 45, we saw him just raising the hand, telling the guys, come on, let's do this. But definitely was something different that we've seen from the captain of Barcelona. And those 2 goals, they could have been 3. I think that helped the team to put this first half of the season on the side, and hopefully, again, a lot of things to be worked, but you know, guys, that the dynamics moments can change it just for 1 game or maybe a week that you can get a break and the team just get that confidence. So let's see if this Barcelona can put together something different, because they're going to need it for the rest of the season.
Welcome to the remix. D1. Insuperable. Let's go.
La mano arriba, cintura sola, da media vuelta, danza con duro, no te canses ahora, que tú solo empieza, mueve la cabeza, danza con duro, la mano arriba, cintura sola, da media vuelta, danza con duro, no te canses ahora, que tú solo empieza, mueve la cabeza, danza con duro. ¿Quién puede domar la fuerza del mar que se mete por tu pena? Lo caliente del sol que se te metió y no te deja quieta, nena. ¿Quién puede parar eso que al bailar descontrola tus caderas? Y ese fuego que quema por dentro y lento te convierte en piedra. Con la mano arriba, cintura sola, da media vuelta y sacude duro. No te quites ahora, que esto solo empieza. Mueve la cabeza y sacude duro. Balanza triunfa locura, morena bella a mi lado. Ninguém vai ficar parado, quero ver.
We just saw the Alaves coach Luis Garcia absolutely furious there on the bench. We've got our own Luis Garcia joining us now. Look at this as the table rounds out 2023. Real Madrid and Girona level on 45 points right now.
During that game, I kept saying, is Luis Garcia at this game? Because they keep mentioning, Stuart Robson on our commentary and Rob Palmer kept talking about Luis Garcia, and I went, have I missed the show or something? Have we not been on? But yeah, he looked, just lack of defending, lack of picking up. It's not like they're a man down. They have the extra man. Somebody has not done their job here. And as I said, Lucas Vazquez has been a great professional. Comes in, does a job, wide position, full back, always there if he's needed. But scoring headers, particularly when there's so many big physical players around, I think that's what's infuriated the Alaves, Luis Garcia. But for Real Madrid, we were just getting ready to come on air here, basically, and it was like they hadn't played particularly well. It was a bit of a flat game. But as you said, it's kind of in their DNA, isn't it? They just never say die and go to the end and get a result when they're up against it. And they've done it again. On top of that, with Girona dropping 2 points at the end, it'll feel like a big, big day for them.
Yeah, what does it feel like for Girona then, Luis, given that obviously, yes, they're still level on points, but they could have seen out the year as leaders, having done so well for this start of the season. Is there any psychological blow to them there?
It can be. We'll see what happens in 2 weeks when they're back on the competition. Definitely, I think the Girona today deserve at least 1 point. It's true that in the last 20-25 minutes they start sitting back, they start dropping a little bit, and Betis was looking to get something. They never stop, even conceded that first goal. But Betis missed, I think, too much. Isco, that wasn't the piece, the key player for them in the creation. You could see that Betis were organized, but in the last day was missing that last pass, that last moment of clarity. And I think for both teams, is a point is a good point. Girona, of course, looking to try to stay as much time as possible there at the top of the table, but still managed to stay the same points with Real Madrid.
To go back on the other side, I think Girona are playing still the best football in the Liga. Real Madrid, Barcelona, we've seen them recently, struggling, and not just yesterday, but in the last few weeks. Real Madrid, obviously, they're the team that are looking the strongest, but they're decimated with injuries now, suspensions. They have some players coming back. Tchouameni's back, available again. Camavinga, I think, is going to be back soon. Vinicius, I think, is February. Now Nacho's going to have a 3-game ban, and rightly so.
And we'll see with Rodrigo, obviously, limping off at the end.
He didn't get carried off, but he certainly had the weight taken off as his legs as he was coming off, so we've no idea how serious that is. But barring something disastrous, I just don't see how this Girona, I call it a phenomenon, but this great story, I just don't see how it's going to disappear in 2 or 3 weeks' time. As Luis said, they've got a great shape, they play nice football, they're a threat going forward, they all know what their job is. I suppose if they picked up the injury list that one of the big sides had, then they're screwed, right? They're not going to be able to cope with that. But if they can get lucky in that department, and it's only the odd player that they lose, I don't see any reason why they can't keep this going. And also, there's nothing that suggests with the other teams that they're not going to falter either. And so I think that's good for La Liga. Might not be enough for the likes of Barca and possibly Atleti. We'll see. And they play at the weekend, Atleti against Sevilla, and they cannot afford to drop any more points. But certainly from a Real Madrid perspective and Girona perspective, it's up for grabs at the moment. And they are playing, I say they're playing better than Barca. They're playing better than Real Madrid in terms of the actual football that they're playing.
Girona, the best team in the league right now for you then, Luis, still?
Yeah, on the way of playing, and Chris is mentioning, I think that is the one that we enjoy the most, because the way how they analyze the game, how they're trying to break. They play against every single team, and they manage to get wins and playing to different ones. They've been rotating also players. We've seen under Mitchell players who maybe they were not involved in their teams. We are talking about Eric Garcia, for example, who has no minutes. Everybody is been blaming him for not delivering for Barcelona, and arrived to Girona. And today was really one of the best players on the field. So that showed that everyone is committed to this challenge. Everyone is looking forward to see if they can continue working in the same way. We'll see what happens, because I think that when March arrives, when they are closer to see that they might be able to win it, I think what is when the pressure is going to be on, and then we'll see these players who haven't been in that kind of situation before, they are going to handle the situation as well as we expect.
But what about, Luis, what about their manager? This has to be, the way they're playing, the way he's going about this, Michel, this has to be putting him in the shop window at some point for a potential move to a bigger club with more money.
Yeah, definitely is one of those managers that is being looked up from some big teams. For example, Valencia, he was heard to be looking at him. When he left Rayo Vallecano in a fantastic way, everybody thought they will make the next jump to a bigger team, but it was Girona the one who decided to sign him, and what is proven that he's a great manager. He's been working with this team. You can see what he's been able to do with players who, because everybody talks about the City group behind, that they've been helping, and well, I don't think that's the matter. They had a couple of players who were on loan from last year from the City group. They are not anymore, and now they've been trying to find the perfect player for every position. And we are talking about a player who was a Nipro in a different competition. We are talking about the striker. We are talking about Savio in the left side. So a player who were not linked from big teams, player from the French league, second division. So we are talking about players who were not well known, and they are giving 120%. They are delivering something they were not expected. So I think we have to give a lot of credit to Mitchell, and we'll see if at the end of the season he's going to be linked with more bigger teams.
You can throw Daley Blind into that, because I thought Daley Blind was retired. Right. But he's playing some of the best football of his career, and he's enjoying it on that left side of the defence. And listen, I think we all, as neutrals and people that follow La Liga and all the big leagues, we love a great story, right? And outside maybe those fans of Atleti and Barca and Real Madrid who can't see anything else, right. I think, and particularly for leagues itself, for the Premier League, for example, when Leicester won it, it was a great story that it can be done. And if Girona can just hang in there at least, it might not win it come May because of the pressure or whatever, or somebody might put a run, but if they can at least hang in there, then it's going to be a terrific story. If they win it, obviously, it's going to be absolutely amazing. But we just love a story. And at the moment, thank God for them, because one or two of the others are faltering.